Wow, 2019 is actually coming to a close, and I can't believe how fast it went. Looking back on my year makes me really happy because I am probably the happiest I've ever been, and I feel more myself than ever. And it's such a huge shift in how I was last year. I actually watched my What I Learned in 2018 video, and I can't believe how different I really am. So I'm definitely excited to share with you the things that I learned this year, and it's definitely going to be a lot happier of a video than last year's was. So, first things first, improving yourself is the first step to improving everything else. You can't pour from an empty cup, and that's something that I really learned this year. I realized that when I'm my happiest and healthiest and doing things for myself, then I have so much more to give to other people. The second thing that I learned goes hand in hand with that, and that is that life is too short to spend time on people or things that don't make you happy. Honestly, we get one life, and I just think that everyone deserves to be happy. And of course, you're not going to be happy at all times, but why put yourself in a situation that you know is going to make you unhappy? Instead, spend time in places that make you happy and with people who you love and who inspire you. I think you should always feel like you gain something after hanging out with people, and you should never feel like you're trying to force a connection. The third thing I learned is that it's okay to change careers. It's really not realistic to me to only do one job for the rest of your life. It's possible to have multiple passions, interests, or skills, and it's okay to lose interest in others. The limit really does not exist when it comes to jobs or careers, even if that means you have to switch up what you were taking in school. Again, life is too short to be stuck doing anything you don't love doing. If you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. The fourth thing I learned is that you need to get out of your comfort zone. Everyone always says this, but actually doing it is so much harder than it sounds. This year, I went to a lot of events and I did a lot of collaborations that I did not feel fit enough or smart enough or experienced enough to do, but I gained so much from it. And going to these events made me realize that I actually do belong here and I know more than I think. So, getting out of your comfort zone is so important in order to grow and to discover new skills that you have. The next thing I learned is that just because a chapter is closing, it doesn't make it any less meaningful. Something that I really struggled with this year is learning to let go of jobs or relationships that I thought would be around forever. But what I didn't realize is that all of those impacts that those relationships or jobs had on my life still exist. And all the good things that I did in those jobs and relationships still exist for those people as well. And just because I moved on from those chapters doesn't mean that the work I put in wasn't important and doesn't mean that it wasn't meaningful in the grand scheme of my life. I've learned so many skills throughout this year and in the jobs and relationships that I've had that I know that I needed those to grow. The next thing that I really learned this year is that it is okay to say no and it's okay to want to stay in and do nothing. I felt like before I would never want to turn down plans or never relax and just take a moment for myself, but I realized that it's so important to do that either to reflect or just to recharge. It's okay to want to do nothing sometimes. That being said, doing nothing for too long, I found out is not good for me, and so finding a balance between relaxation and productivity and also making time for my family and friends who I love is important to me now more than ever. Another thing I learned that I think is the most important thing that I've learned this year is that things always get better. There is always something to live for. There is always another happy moment to look forward to. So even if things seem extremely hopeless and depressing, they will get better and you will have many more happy moments. The final thing that I learned is that your only limit is your mind. I think that everything in life that I've ever wanted, I got because I believed I would get it, and I worked hard to get it. So anytime that I've doubted myself or doubted an opportunity, I usually never got it because there was something better waiting for me, and the only person that limits me is myself. I truly think that I can do whatever I believe I can do, and I won't stop until I get that.